So, this past week, I've had the pleasure of working with a lot of account managers. And it's absolutely interesting to me because they all tend to have the same questions. And what I thought would be helpful is to break down for all the viewers out there, what do account managers actually want? Because account managers, I'm going to be honest with you, typically you present pretty stressed out, overwhelmed, and always running around with your hair on fire. And this can oftentimes confuse and frustrate sometimes agency leadership. So let me try to build a bridge between both parties. One of the things that every account manager wants is priorities. So if an upset client about rate comes in, an endorsement comes in, and a piece of new business comes in, that is one of the things that they're like, what do I do first? All the customers need me. I need to make them all happy. How do I do that? And it can really overwhelm them because the phone keeps ringing and it feels like the avalanche is piling down. And so I really encourage agencies to identify structure and priorities as much as possible. Account managers, a quick tip is just by asking every client by when do you need this by and managing and setting expectations. You rarely miss a deadline, and so when you have them, you're going to work efficiently to get there. The next thing that people want is structure. So how does a day work? What should happen here, 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 and here? And that's not always easy to do in insurance. Now, one of the things I want to get to is the idea is it can be if we organize correctly. So if you use things like time blocking and say, hey, your quiet time is here, because then it allows them to take a retreat and say, okay, I can get back and get organized and have my day a little bit more effective. Now, one thing we found universally that every account manager loves is checklists. And I know it sounds crazy, it's one more thing, but the hard part is there's so many details in insurance day, it's hard to keep them all squared away in your brain. And it's terrible to have to call a client back. No one feels good about that. So with checklists, they can keep on track and have structure and make sure all the details are happening. And it also gives them the idea of what's important to you, how to say things, what to do without having to wing it. Because oftentimes account managers feel so overwhelmed by work coming at them from all angles that they cut corners on maybe confirming contact information or asking for the cross-sell because they're always thinking about the next thing coming in. Excuse me. And lastly, one of the things every account manager, I think people in general want is recognition. It's really easy in a service role for leaders to only see the problems. This file, this file, this file, but we don't always champion the successes. And the persona of most account managers is not to be boastful like a salesperson, be like, just sold something. They're just going to kind of do it and keep moving along. And so you have to be really intentional about finding the wins, finding the recognition so that you can celebrate successes and not always see the downside. Because many account managers are stretched thin at work, at home, etc. They're just running on to the next problem to solve. When you can stop and recognize them, you see a huge change in attitude. But the idea is you have to kind of put yourself into their shoes and have some empathy for it. Because for 18 years plus, since I've been in insurance, I've heard the same thing. I'm so busy, I'm so busy, I'm so busy. And yet no one has stepped up to the plate to solve that. And so we have to work through and say, well, what's going on? Why are we so busy? And what can we do differently? And when we do that, we start winning. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you next week. Have you had a moment to check out our agency process packs yet? Well, let me tell you, they're full of such great stuff. First of all, they all include how-to videos. So not long, but 5 minutes that'll help walk you through each process. How great to train your team. Next, they all include a workbook with clear steps on how to tackle a process. The one that we want to help you with right now is how to set goals for every role in your agency. So often we get questions of, well, how do we set a goal for a service person? How do we set a sales goal? How do we set a goal for the non-customer facing team? We want to include them. Well, we're going to help you with a full calculator that backs you into what your agency wants to accomplish. We shouldn't be picking goals out of a hat. It should instead be, I want to be X and my retention is Y, and this is what we need to do. We're very clear in our process pack, say that 10 times fast, that not only do you need a goal, but then you need a plan. And once you're clear on where you want to be, you can create that plan. So head over to our shop, look at the agency process packs. We have several in there for your viewing enjoyment, and you buy them outright. This one happens to be $200. then you have it forever and ever and ever, and you have access to the videos forever. So what are you waiting for? If your agency is struggling with processes, don't recreate the wheel. Let us help you, and you can buy it at your leisure. We hope to see you as an agency process pack client. And if you have any processes that you don't see there, keep checking, they might be in production, or send us a message. We're always looking to add to the process packs. Have a great day.